Hey everybody, welcome to this edition of Garage Talk All Sports. I'm Pops and that's Son.
Yeah.
It's so good to be back. You know, I've been gone for a little bit, had some Army stuff to do, and 20 days down in the Bay Area. Man, that fire is just amazing. Man. It was smoky, it was hot, long days. But you know, it's good to be home, be back on the mic, and good to see you, Son. I think you did some traveling yourself.
Yeah, we went back down to Texas for a while, saw some family, ate good. We know we eat good in Texas. If you're down in Texas, then you know a lot of good food, a lot of good time. But we're back on the mic, safe travels. We made it back, so I couldn't be happier to be back on the mic. And we're doing what we love to do and getting right into sports and another great episode. So, anything
Welcome
else
to
you got?
this edition.
Yeah.
So you went to San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Did you guys eat at Chachos? No, you didn't.
No chachos this time. It was so much family food. Good drinks too. We just kicked it up, kicked the feet up, and hanged out by the pool and had a good time with everybody and enjoyed ourselves. It was a short trip, so I didn't go down there for 20 days like Pops went out to California. But I will say this: after I lived in Texas for quite some time, multiple years, whatever, you know this, Pops. But I don't know how I did it because it was so hot and humid down there. Like I went down there and was like, what was I doing down here for so long? Because I'm a Coloradan. Yeah. So I said, I need some snow in my life right now. Mind you, we're coming out of August. Today's literally like September 2nd. So we're coming to like dead heat summer. But still, I was like looking for some snow because it was so hot. It was so humid. The pool wasn't even enough to kind of, I was like, man, this is crazy. And I lived out here. But good to be back again. I don't want to hammer it down. And you guys always show me so much love in Texas. So shout out to Texas.
I like the hat. It's nice.
Oh, yeah. Pops came through from Lid. Well, Lid. Shout out Lids. And he brought these back from California. So these bad boys made it back as
I like the hats.
Yeah,
we got to do some stuff for our fans and get them some hats like that. Garage Talk All Sports. And so in this edition, we got some cool things coming your way. Well, we won't keep you long. We have some fun stuff to jump into. So if you want to go ahead and get us started, we'll kick it off.
So, like Pop said, fun stuff, just kind of taking it light, getting back into the swing of things. Viewers, please subscribe and keep coming with the fun. I just had to drop that in there because it's so much fun when the interaction comes. But getting straight into it, it's still recent news. Cam was just cut from the Patriots.
Yes, and that was...
I don't know.
Unexpected.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I had jotted down on my information here is that we're about, a week out from the season. And, well, they're doing 2 weeks this year. And I don't know if it's always been like that in the preseason, but forgive me if it has. But so it's 2 weeks until their season comes because everyone's just wrapped up their last preseason games, 3 games this year. Everything looks, teams are making their final cuts. Everyone's getting acclimated. You kind of know where you stand as far as you should start to know where you stand. And I thought the Patriots knew where they stand. Bill Belichick, he had swayed a little bit from Cam's a starter to we'll kind of see how that goes. But I never saw, and I guess this is cliche, Bill Belichick. I did not see this coming. So I attest to what you're saying.
I didn't.
As far as it being unexpected, because that's one of the first things I had jotted down. Is like, I'm surprised, honestly. I did not see this coming. I have kind of some reasons why I didn't see it coming and just blindsided. But what do you
So
have?
do you think his career's done? I mean, if he's going to get cut and they're going to go with Mac, then what does that say for Cam? Is he done?
So
I mean, is he now third string? I mean, what's his future?
No. He's not a third string. And so here's exactly what I like how you're kind of like T-balling me, just setting me up right off the tee, so I'm a home run it. Because literally same thing I had written down next is that I don't think he's done, but I will say this. If he's not done, he has to go, humble yourself now, if need be. You have to go to a team where you are going to be the man. Like, they feel like, look, if we can get 3 years out of this guy, or even 2 years out of this guy, and if he can be 80% of what he was before, we'll give him the keys and let him try his best. He has to find a situation where the team, the organization, the head coach, the OC want him, and they're going to give him a fair shot. Because I don't think just the type of player that he is, he's not really a thrive under their competition type deal. And Cam needs to control stuff. Cam wants to have Cam.
That's fair.
And if a team's willing to do that investment, because let's be honest, quarterbacks are hard to come across.
Right.
There's some teams in the NFL who could probably use a quarterback right now. But at the end of the day, there's organizations out there who should be willing to take him and give him what I just kind of.
Do you have an organization or team that would be a great fit for Cam, so he can do all those things that you just said? He didn't have to look behind his shoulder to who's chasing him, but is there somebody you think so?
So I had a few teams in my mind, but I feel like the gaps are closing because there is young potential that's coming up, and these teams are willing to take more chances, I think, on this younger talent than they would be able to take him. Yeah. So I started thinking, and then when I said the doors are closing, you could have looked at a team like Jacksonville. Well, now they have Lawrence.
Right.
And you look at other teams.
So, it's interesting that you said that because I wrote that down. Said it has to be scary for the seasoned vets that they're now looking at these young kids that are coming in. And these seasoned vets, they're not done, no. But they're looking at the, Fields and what's the guy in the 49ers?
Lance, exactly.
These guys, Garoppolo has to be thinking.
Mac Jones.
Look behind,
For the Jets, Zach.
Exactly.
They're all over. It's like, whoa, they're popping up in every draft. It's like, whoa. So what I'm saying, I don't even know how realistic that is, just to be honest. But I feel like if it's going to be a situation for him, that's what it has to be.
And I don't know where that is today.
Maybe
with all the young kids that are out there. Detroit.
How confident do you feel?
But what value is that going to bring, or how does that elevate, Detroit to the next level?
That's what I'm saying is they have to be willing to say, look, we're going to trust in that. If we can put pieces around him, we can get 2 solid ones out of this.
Okay, that's fair.
We need to be able to say, look, Cam, we believe in you, but we need you to really perform at that level that we think you can, and that's a high level of trust. But I don't see him being anything. He's not going to play up to anything of that type of level without that type of trust in that team. Yeah. That's just the player I think he is. So is he done? Maybe, because I don't know how many teams are willing to do that. But
I know. You don't get rid of your best player. And if your quarterback, which is the best or most important player on the team, you're not going to get rid of that guy. So when I thought about Cam leaving Carolina and even Teddy coming to Denver, I thought, well, I don't know. If they're that good, like I would never expect Kansas, and I give you 7 other teams to get rid of their starting quarterback. That's just not going to happen unless there's we can't meet your expectation for the contract. But
a lot of that to me, I would say, also plays into situational stuff as well.
Okay, that's where I was going with that. Yeah.
Because you can be a decent quarterback, but you just don't land in the right spot, a great fit. I'm going to be honest with you. You could have been a great quarterback if you landed at the Broncos within the past 5 years. I don't know if that would have been the best landing spot.
Right.
And people might have questioned your capabilities and your play. Doesn't mean you're a bad quarterback. There's some situational stuff that goes into that. Now, don't get me wrong. We know that great quarterbacks elevate play. I guess where we're kind of at this point, can Cam elevate play?
I don't know.
I don't
think so. You know what? I'm not saying retire. I'm not saying be third string. Just go find a home and just understand you're not Superman anymore. And those days are kind of over for him, in my opinion.
So you presented a great
question. You would not cut him if you thought that he could take us to that next level. And so
you presented the question: is he done, or where does that leave him? So and I gave you my spiel, and you've given yours. But so then that just made me think, and tell me what you think. Does he have it in him to be able to be a veteran and lead up a younger quarterback, play backseat, and understand that type of position? Is that really something that can do?
I don't know how old he is. I would imagine he's in the late 20s, early 30s. And so I expect that his maturity level would be there, that he has Super Bowl experience, playoff experience. He has something to offer a team, but just understand his role. And I keep wanting to revert back to the NBA and understanding what is your role. If I'm going to go help make a team great, because there are a number of teams who have great starting quarterbacks, but they don't have great backup quarterbacks. And maybe this is an opportunity. Look how the Saints did that, where they had Jamison and others, Hill or Breeze. I mean, there's a couple others that are out there that I can't think of right this second, but they don't. The NFL does not have great backup quarterbacks. we have guys like, who is that? You know, I was watching the Patriots Giants games. Like,
he can steal a ring.
Who is
off
that
method
backup?
too?
Say again.
He can steal a ring off that method too.
Absolutely.
On the way out the
Absolutely.
door.
Absolutely.
A ring is a ring. It counts.
Absolutely.
Because my kids won't be saying, "Oh, well, Cam Newton was the backup for that team, so that ring doesn't count." They'll be saying Cam Newton was a good quarterback, and he has a Super Bowl ring. So if he's smart, he better go find somewhere to get snug where it's kind of like, these guys are kind of doing something.
He needs his agent to get on the phone
all they
now.
need me to do is if so and so goes out for 3 plays,
exactly,
or God forbid,
3 weeks,
all
or
I
something.
gotta do is look nice and smile and
hold
take
it
my
down
hand.
until the number one guy gets back.
Exactly,
and just humble yourself. So. To kind of summarize on this, because we've gone over and over on this Cam, because it was a shock to everybody.
Super shock.
I did not expect him to get cut. I thought he, signed a new contract. I think it was a 1-year deal or something like that. But it was a shock. So just to summarize, I think that I don't know that his era, to use your words, I love that, is over. But I think he does at this point now needs to think longevity, humility, and just say, you know what, I'm okay being a second. Because look at Jameson. He's now getting a second chance with the Saints. So Cam just
right there,
go, relax, take the back up to a team that's already moving forward, and just understand, hey, I understand my role, and guys, if you need me, I'm ready to go.
I like
play
that
those 2, 3, 4 games or whatever it takes because of injury, and then let's see what tomorrow brings for you.
I think that's his most realistic approach right now, as far as if he wants to find
100%.
somewhere to get a contract and make him some
money. Yeah.
If not, dude's going to New York.
And I think
I'm joking.
That's funny, or I won't say Dallas, but that's funny.
I mean like L.A., New York.
Let me ask you this, because this is off topic.
I'm joking.
I don't even know, because I was gonna say, where is he a fit for? And I started thinking of things like, well, then go to Cincinnati. Are they?
It's another. That's what I'm saying. It's the time. The hands of time are on against him. They have Lawrence. Cincinnati has Burrow. Look at Miami, they have Tua.
Yeah.
Look at Chicago, they have Fields.
He is not a fit.
Look at San Fran, they have Lance.
He's not a fit.
All of these places who you thought could have needed a quarterback are quickly. Now, Denver was always in the quarterback conversation, but we just came out of this little situation we had. It's like that's not even a situation.
That's a stopgap.
You know what? Well, you know where Cam could go right now. You know where Cam could go right now?
Where? Wait, just give me a conference.
By the smile on my face.
Say that. Do not say Tampa.
No.
Okay. Because you're always in essence on Tampa.
He can go to Las Vegas.
I can see that.
He could go to Las Vegas.
I can see that because it's part of the circus, and that you guys are not doing anything great. I don't know where that team is at.
I'm not going to try to start knocking them, although there are.
Okay, maybe I knock them.
Here's what I'm trying to say is like, what are you doing with Carr? Would you take Carr or Cam? I guess that's what I'm saying. I'll probably take Cam.
I don't know, because I don't see the Raiders doing anything, and I know we're segueing off.
Right.
But let me quickly speak to the Raiders. John Gruden got that $10 million, that 10-year contract for all that money, and they had all those first-round picks. And the Raiders have done nothing. So I don't know that he's going to add any value to being in Vegas. I just don't. I think it would be much. And you heard me say that 1,000 times. Much of the same. Much of the same. I think he needs to go to an organization that's on the way, and they're just looking for who can back up our star quarterback in the event that something should happen. And Kansas is not the fit. Seattle is not the fit.
We'll have to think about that, maybe come back to it, because
he's always going to try to use his legs too.
I think we've summed it up best, is that it's hard. He's going to have to find that role where he can, do what we just talked about.
Yeah. But don't fool yourself. He could be sitting on the couch for the next couple of years.
That's always a possibility.
Unless somebody's smart.
There's no couple of years.
We need number 2.
If he goes to the couch,
he's done.
As well kick his feet
he's done. Yeah, go ahead and start doing ESPN.
Let's get into
something
this.
like that.
I'm kind of excited
what you got,
about
bro?
that.
What you got?
Broncos, Bronco country.
Yes, sir.
The decision is made.
Yeah.
The anticipation is over.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say the lock era is over, because we don't know what's going to happen.
Right,
but what I'll say is this.
Right.
Is that as of now, Teddy's the man. Teddy Bridgewater. Hey, golf clap. My bad. Oh, golf clap. You won the job. I was one of those people. Hold on, Pops.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
He's playing, y'all. I was one of those people who said, you might have to check one of the previous episodes. I said, just let Locke play. What do we have to lose? Just let the guy play now. But it really depends on if you're a Bronco fan or not, and even if you are, how much you watched in the preseason. I would have liked to say that, stay with Locke because I'm sick of the quarterback carousel.
Yeah.
But man, here's what I really have down, and here's why I would have to have agreed with this pick. And then when they made the pick and they said why, I was like, oh great, you're on the same. We've seen the same things. Teddy looked so poised
in the Seattle game,
in both games, and honestly, it was so calm the way he did it. And I think that with that leadership, with our defense, it's more than enough to at least make us competitive again. So I'm pretty excited about it. I didn't even know I would be with that decision. But just after watching the play, I'm happy. I'm excited. Bronco Country, let us know what you got. Well, Pops, let me know what you got.
I'm not excited. There is some measure of I'm optimistic, but when I watched the who do we play the last preseason game? Give me a second. I thought the Seattle game was wow. If that's what we're gonna get, I'm very happy with the decision that we got the week later. But in the third game, I thought, okay, we already seen this. Where's the Seattle Teddy that was stepping up in the pocket? He had pocket presence. He had that clock going in his head. All the things. And it was a great game. Unfortunately for Drew, they put him in with the twos, and it just didn't look great. I thought, so anyway, I don't want to beat that up, but I'm excited. No, I'm like probably, I don't know what percentage of the city. I think we're riding on the defense to do, and I said it, I know in the previous episode in my outlier, that defense is amazing. And for me, defense wins championships.
Yep.
So if Teddy can just be like we like to call Fitzpatrick, which I don't even think he's at Fitzpatrick's level, a great journeyman quarterback, manage the game well, run, play action pass, get you a couple of 30s down the field, something of that nature, win some games. We got to get out of that 17, 20-point game because that's not going to do it for the Chiefs, who can score 45 and with all these other guys coming up.
For that matter.
Yeah, exactly. San Diego is no joke.
Yeah. And
then I think that the defense are going to have to shut down some of these rifles like Mahomes and Hubert and just the others because there are some guys out there that are just crazy.
Yep.
One thing I did write down about the Cam Newton thing, and I've been listening to a lot of the ESPN and other national shows about it. One gentleman said COVID testing was in their decision process, but then the Pats said no, COVID testing wasn't a part of our decision process. So
that's a political thing. Why would they come out and say that, oh yeah, we use COVID as a factor in this decision?
Because the PAs are going to be all over
exactly.
that. The legal cases are coming up about that.
You could have, that could have been 8% of their backing, but they're going to say, oh yeah, that had nothing to do with it.
Exactly. Why would you show your hand like that?
No,
I like the transparency and the honesty because that's what I'm about. I'm old school, but I don't know. This is just, like I say at work all the time, the way it was is no longer. I mean, it's just sports, the economy, everything, politics. Nothing is the way we've known it in the last previce whatever. Yeah, and everything today is different. So anyway, I'm always going to be down with my Broncos. I am just ready to move forward as we did in 83 and 84 when we got John Elway. By 87, we're in the Super Bowl. If Drew is not that guy, then let's move on. And please don't go get me a veteran who's got 3, 4, whatever years left. Because then we're in the same situation. Chubb's looking great. Vaughn's looking great. Surtain. The defense is just balling out. Yes. Chelsea. So I'm ready to move on. So am I optimistic? Do I want a good season? And what's a good season for me? I'm going to be honest. 10, 12 wins.
I just say wild card.
I don't even want to be like on the ropes like that. I want to be solidified that Denver is back. Because remember, I did the most deaf analogy. until we get there, Kansas can sit in our seat. You know, because the road to the Super Bowl has always come through the Mile High Stadium. And I want to get back to that kind of dominance. So I don't want to, this is a national show. And I don't want to make this about the Broncos. There's so many other teams. We can even flip forward to Arizona, Murphy. I mean, Chicago's got some issues right now. You know, just not issues in terms of they got these great quarterbacks, these young kids that are coming in. So there is so much more we could talk about it. And maybe in the next episode, that's what we should focus on. These 6, 7, 8 young kids that are coming.
I like that.
What's the expectation for them?
You know,
and then is it going to be an RG3 failure where it's too DA, darn soon?
All right, so hold on, listen to this. Oh man, you know what? I'm pinning this one, guys, because that's good. So, but listen to this. All right, the young quarterbacks, okay, and just trying to project what these guys are gonna do. But look at this, because hold on, this is super profound. Look at Josh Allen last year.
Loved him.
Okay, pause. Look at the trajectory. I don't know if you've been watching the preseason or any of their games.
I watched that game Buffalo the other night.
Hold on, but look at Baker, right? Look at some of these quarterbacks who are now entering a year 3.
Yeah.
First, like, well, I don't know.
No,
he's not
exactly.
Great. He stepped onto the field and he wasn't floating on.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, these year 3 guys are starting to look like, okay, some of their college stuff again, where they're comfortable in their skin and their cities and their cleats and their shoes and their systems. And all of a sudden, I'll take a Baker Mayfield all day. All of a sudden, I'll take a Josh Allen all day. All of a sudden, a Ryan Tannehill, I'll take him all day.
But Ryan's kind of not in that bucket. He's been around a little bit because he was in Miami.
But what I'm saying is that now that he's had a chance to get into a system, get grounded, and be... Because in Miami, that was the whole Tannehill thing. He wasn't the man.
Right.
Now was in the Titans. So
right.
I'm scratching all of that, and I'm saying, okay, now that he has a chance to get into a system, feel what a system is like, and so I guess he has to get away from that. But to the analogy is that these young quarterbacks, I want to analyze them now and where we think they'll be,
and not just those young quarterbacks, but the whole NFL as a whole.
Picture, exactly. Yeah. The whole picture of what expectations really should they be and where can they be, and that's a lot.
So this talent that's coming into the NFL today is like the NBA with these young rookies that come in. I think those guys are more prepared to play at the NBA level. It takes a lot to understand what it takes to play at the NFL level. The game is faster. The schematics are completely different. So you have to have a coaching staff or organization to understand we drafted you because we know your, not persona, but your tendencies and things that we can work in, and like how Denver tried to do with the Tebow thing. Like we're gonna take it back to the collegiate area.
Speaking of Tebow, R.I.P. Just cut from the Jazz.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't think it's gonna happen ever again.
Well, he's 36, and if anybody's telling, if you watch sports because you're watching this show, that was not a great hit.
We're gonna give him. They threw him on a chopping block after one
he bounced off the
block. His big old body.
I mean, Tebow's huge, and he just boink.
Like,
what the heck happened?
And the Jags were like, "We love you, but
you gotta go. Go back to your collegiate."
I just don't.
So anyway, I think that's going to be a great topic for the future.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Lance, Fields, and we can just go down the road. These guys are going to be great, and I think for the NFL, how the NBA has redefined itself, baseball hasn't. But I think the NFL is going to be great must-see TV the next 10 years because Patrick Mahomes and Brady's going out. So I know you love some Brady, but he's not going to always be there at, 43? So we're looking at these young kids. Like, what has Dak been doing? Okay, so take him out of the equation.
What has he been doing?
He's been injured. Okay, I got that.
He got injured,
but his year 1, he had an amazing line. That line was. I'm getting loud. Okay, yeah.
Before he got hurt, it was way better than his stat one. I don't think you might want to go back and check his stats before he got injured last year. It was ridiculous good. I see what you're saying though, but anyways.
Okay. So I don't want to beat that up. What I was trying to do was just pull out names of folks like you said that are in their 3rd, 4th year, but these kids are coming behind them. Yeah. And what I don't want to see is you rush them into the game. I think it's okay because history has proven that if you sit them on the bench for year 1, year 2, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Let them come in and learn. If you just thrust them into that, you have to be extraordinary to be able to receive the money, the limelight, all the personal things that goes on behind the veil, and then you're trying to learn this book. That is too much pressure. So much. We've spoken a lot about the mental aspect of sports, with Simone and the others. But I don't want to get extraneous on that. I just want to say that it's going to be great. I'm excited to see what's coming. I'm excited about the NFL, the NBA, even hockey with these young stars that are coming out. These millennials, and me being a boomer, I'm on the edge of a boomer. I'm excited. So hats off. I like where we're going in the world. I know sounds like something just kind of, we had some technical difficulties, but anyway, how you want to wrap this up? I mean, we got trivia coming until the next episode, but
with a quick trivia, guys, because we're kind of pushing on the time either ways. But before we leave you guys, I do want to go ahead and do a quick trivia with you guys. So
before we do that, can we just run over? All right. So we'll do that.
All right.
He's always getting on me.
Anyways, quick trivia, guys. So this is from last year. We're speaking about the last season rookies, and I don't want to throw all the names because I don't want to give you the answer on accident. I want you guys to really chew on this for
and don't 10 Google it.
Which rookie quarterback had the most yards and touchdowns? Because they led both. So we're speaking rookie quarterbacks.
In 2020?
Last year, which rookie quarterback had the most yards and touchdowns? So if you're watching, pause the video, take your time to think about it, whatever you need to, and then hit play when you're ready, because I'm coming straight with the answer.
Wait, I was in a coma like everybody else in 2020. I'm not even versed on this one. Go ahead.
So answer. And if you kind of had a grasp on the league, this might have been easy, and I hope it was hard.
Give us some clues, AFC, NFC,
that's
East Coast,
easy.
West Coast.
Just gnaw on it. Pause if you need to. But the answer is this, and it's pretty straightforward. Justin Hubert. I mean, that cat, he
San Diego,
it. 31
NFC,
touchdowns
West.
in your rookie season.
How many?
31 touchdowns.
I was talking over 31. Okay.
And 4,336 yards. Okay, wow. So that's what we get to deal with in our division, along with Pat Mahomes. And on that note,
let's pin that to the toolbar, the taskbar for this conversation that we're gonna have in a few episodes or whatever to come about these young guys coming up. That's a lot of yards. Cam came into the game producing yards like that. Is that where we are for quarterbacking in this era?
That's another good question.
I think the American sport is still a pocket quarterback. We're not used. Well, if you watch, listen to me though. But if you watch it, because I'm old school, Fran Tarkenton of the Vikings used to drive everybody crazy because he scrambled so much. He was effective, but when you watch the mastery of sitting in the pocket, stepping up in the pocket because you know that 4-second clock is going off, I think that's football. So I want to kind of bring that back with all these young kids coming in. The scrambling thing does not work for me because you're injury prone.
Because that's not where the league's going.
Where are they going?
They're going this way. You're going that way.
But are they going to the running, scrambling quarterback?
Well, yeah,
that's not going to last. When their $1 million quarterback is sitting on the sideline for the next 8 weeks
have that into the next one.
ACL, MCL, that's going to change.
No,
that's going to change. Absolutely.
We'll see. Anyways,
absolutely.
Alrighty, guys, it's been another fun episode, and gosh, I appreciate again all the subscribers and whatnot. And again, good to be back on the mic with Pops, traveling, and safe travels. We made it back, and now we're hanging back out with you guys. But this is 11. Look out for 12. Look out for more.
50, 60.
Exactly. Let's go. And Garage Talk, all sports. Y'all know, Pops.
Yep. Anything? I don't have anything to add. It's just great to be back. I'm glad we've had a very exciting summer. Just to kind of recap with the festivals that we've been to, the music shows we've been to, and all the things that we've done. We've had an amazing summer. I'm ready to move into the autumn and start working on, if you don't know, I have a large Christmas display that I do. You can always check that out at Ross Family 5 Christmas. is rocking, and so that's my focus now. But this is the doodle right here, so we're gonna keep chopping it up. So
yes, sir.
All the fans with peace,
Yes,
we love you.
ma'am.
We thank you for that. We're
Peace.
out.
Have a good night, folks.